Hello there, welcome back to Crafters TV. I hope you're having a wonderful day, afternoon, morning, depending on where exactly in the world you are. This next couple of hours is going to be all about craft along. We're going to take it down a notch. We're all going to craft along together and create something fabulous at the same time. Hang on a minute, just stop the show. I haven't even got to you yet, Debbie, and you're already giggling. What's going on? Debbie Fisher's here, by the way. You can hear her chuckling over there. Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm good, thank you, Joe. I'm giggling because I'm doing a craft along and it's been quite manic this last hour before the show. And I've just realised I've done this card. I didn't know what it was called. It's gone out of my mind. I've completely forgot what this card is called. So we'll either rename it or someone out there tell me.
Is it a twisted gatefold?
It could be. Is that what it is? Twisted gatefold. My mind's just gone to pot. It just made me laugh. Apologies. Yep. I just make up these things and then we go with it.
So it looks amazing, whatever it is.
Yeah, so it's just another different style of card, Joe, and it's always good just to do something a little bit different, bring people out of their comfort zone, and the best thing is it's not really about the card design because that's quite simple, but we're going to be doing a good bit of heat embossing, and I thought we'd just go through all those things that maybe people find tricky with, or tips and tricks of how you can do it, and do shop the show because we have some amazing cosmic shimmer stuff, don't we, Joe?
We do indeed, and it's not too late, is it? If everyone wants to join in and craft along with us today, Debbie?
Not at all. So we're doing stencils, so go ahead and get some of these fantastic stencils, but if you've got some of your own stencils or other crafters companion stencils in your stash, then use those, and any pigment inks, any colours you can use. So yeah, you can actually go for it and use whatever you want to use, and make sure when you finish you send in your pictures.
Excellent. Okay, so let's share with you then everything you need if you're going to join us for this amazing craft along over the next couple of hours. Here it all is. So the interchangeable sentiment dies is what you'll need. You'll need the couple of the stencils. Now, Debbie's used the polka dots on the scattered photos. I'm guessing you can use any of the stencils you wanted, Debbie, in this collection?
Yeah, and can I just tell you a little secret? You can't see her, but Michelle is crafting along.
She is
and she's going to be using different ones to me. So at the end of the show, she'll come in and show you what she's done with her design.
Fabulous. You're going to need a pigment ink pad, of course, a textured cardstock, some stamping card, Gemini Junior ink applicator, heat tool, dotty tape pen, some tacky glue as well. So make sure you get all those bits and bobs gathered, and we'll get going really, really soon. Loads of you chatting away already. If you want to get in touch, you can, of course, at any time. Crafters TV over on Facebook, Crafters Companion across on YouTube. Now, if you're looking at that design, that making, gosh, I'd love to be able to create that and make those incredible backgrounds, but I don't yet have these stencils. Do not fear, because you can place your order today, and then when they arrive, come back and watch this at any time you like. This show, as every other show is available to watch back whenever you want, totally free of charge, over on the website, so do bear that in mind. Let me take you through them. We've been able to replicate the launch offer, which is fantastic. So within that, what you'll get is the elegant trellis. You will also receive the love hearts. This one here is your scattered foliage. Then we also have the cute florals. This here is your abstract swirls. That's your rosebud floral, your schmetterlings, the beautiful butterflies, and you've also got the polka dots there for you as well. Now, as well as having Debbie taking us through the craft along, lovely Michelle crafting along with us in the studio, we have also got the queen of the paper pads herself. Yes, live from upstate New York, Christine is with me. How are you, Christine?
Hi.
How's it going?
Good. How are you doing?
Really good. So good. So lovely to have you on the show. I haven't seen you for ages. Now, were you moving house last time we spoke?
I had it on the market, but yes, I'm not really moving right now because it hasn't sold, and I don't know. It's a really long story.
Well, all I've been worried about since we spoke is you having to move all those paper pads. I'll be honest with you. So I'm glad that hasn't had to happen just yet. Have you got everything? Have you got everything with you? Are you ready to go? Are you feeling in a crafty mood today?
I've been up since 4 o'clock.
Wowzers, trousers. Right. Well,
I've been trying to prep a few other things too.
Amazing. Right, well, I'm going to drop in on you momentarily then as we go through the show, Christine. I'm really excited to see what you make over the next couple of hours. Loads of you chatting away with me in the comments. Who we got here? Stacey Allen. I'm here for the craft along. Teresa is here. Mary Pat as well. Right, Sarah Brown's very excited. We've started delivering, Debbie, to Australia.
I've heard about
You've heard about this.
That's
so Sarah Brown,
exciting. Yes.
She says, hello, I'm back, yep, from Melbourne, Australia. I still haven't come down from Cloud 9 yet. I still can't believe I became an inspired member. It's just the best day ever. I've now got to get my first order in glues and of course foam pads. Also the advent calendar jumped in my basket. So I thought, oh, okay, yes please, thank you Crafter's Companion. And also thanks for the giggles. Nice to see you back together again. It is lovely to be back together again with the lovely Debbie Fisher. There's lots of other awesome products that are on this show that I'll share with you more as we go through the next couple of hours. What I would say also is I'm here for you. If there's anything you miss, Debbie will take regular breaks and she'll recap exactly what she's done. But if there is anything you missed or you need repeating, then let me know. I'm here for Crafters TV over on Facebook, Crafters Companion across on YouTube, ready to take all of your questions. But I think if you're ready, Debbie, it seems everyone else is pretty much good to go.
Fabulous, that's exactly what we want to hear. I've never met Michelle before, so Christina, Christine, Christine. Look at Joe. Is it Chris? Is it Christine? And I've called Michelle because Michelle's on my other eye, Joe's on one side, and Christina was in the camera. So yeah, hi Christine. We haven't met before, so it's lovely to have you with us. So yeah, it's we're not using paper pads today, though, unfortunately, Joe. I know. But what's great about this is we're going to get ourselves quite inky today, and we're going to do this technique of heat embossing, plus make this unusual card. So the first thing we're going to do, we're going to take a sheet of white card. Now, apologies to everyone out there because I just see that it's not on the list, and I'm sure I send the list in of items, so I'm sure it's probably me that missed it off. But you do need, well, I say you do need, you either need a scoreboard or you just need your Ultimate Pro, and it's the top piece that we want. So this front piece to make our actual card blank is what you're wanting. If you haven't got this, what I will do afterwards is see what the score lines are on the normal scoreboard to see where you put your score lines in. So just in case anyone doesn't have an Ultimate Pro top box. I think that's what it's called. It's just come to me. It's called a top box, which is on the top. So I'm just going to pop that to the side because we're going to bring in our guillotine and we're going to take our first piece of card. Now what I want to do is leave my A4 in size. So for our American friends, I don't know if you get our A4 size, but I know you have a different size, but this is 11¼ inches. And we're going to trim this, so we're going to actually put the shorter bit butted up to the top, and we're going to trim this to 7 inches. So taking it in to 7 inches, I'm making sure I always look down this long line to make sure we're at the right length there, and then we're going to trim that off, and that will be the length of our card. So we're going to pop that to the side and we're going to bring in the scoreboard or our Ultimate Pro.
If you only had US letter then, would you take a piece of 12 by 12 and cut that down to this size?
Yes, exactly.
Cool.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure we do send our A4 stock
out,
don't we? So I think our American Christine will let us know if we have this card stock in tow. So we're going to go on our tri-fold, and it says A4. So on our now on this we want to put our side up. So where we've got that really long wavy line, and it's where the where our handle is. So where that wavy line is, this is where we butt our card up to, and then we're going to come in. So it's the 1, 2, 3. It's the 4th straight line in, and it says, if I just bring that down, it will say tri-fold A4, and we're just going to score on that line all the way down. Just a couple of times just to stretch those fibres, and then we're going to turn our cardstock around to the opposite side, and we're going to do that step again. So bring that down and then bring in that score line. So that gives us our sort of tri-fold, which will fold in. Now what we're going to do now, very, very simple, if you can see those score lines, from this bottom score line and this top score line, we're going to just run down. So what I'm going to do is put my tool onto one of the lines and bring it down, and then I'm going to put my top corner onto that line, and then just before that line, so I'm resting my line here, it's hard to see but you can just see it, so we're actually making a score line from one corner to the next. Okay, so right up there. So you've got that sort of diagonal line going up. And then we're going to do exactly the same on the other side, but this time we are going to keep it the same way. So we're going to bring that down, that score line down to the bottom, so I remember which line I've got it onto, and then we're going to pop that to the top there, and right from the bottom we're going to score that way as well. Okay.
So if we're looking at it then face on, Debbie, the score line goes from the two outside thirds from the bottom left corner to the top right corner.
Yeah,
on both sides.
Do you know what I'm going to do, Joe? I'm going to draw a line so we can see it. So this line is all the way down here. That line is all the way up. And then this line is all the way down. And this line going all the way up. There you Excellent. Go. So your score line should look like that. Now we want to do that twice, so we're going to go and do that again, okay? So we are going to run through those same steps. Oh, let's just bring in my piece of card, and we're going to trim that again. So we want 2 of those. So bringing that in, we're going to trim our A4 cardstock down to 7 inches. Okay, and I'm going to do mine twice, so I will be recapping as I drew on my first piece.
It's like a little live class in here. It's so funny because Michelle's crafting along, she's facing Debbie, I'm facing Debbie. It's like Headmistress Debbie today. I love it.
I know, it certainly is, yeah. And it's brilliant because what it is, so I don't know if you know actually, if we told that Michelle's going to be in tomorrow, Michelle's going to be doing her first ever craft along, which is super exciting. So she's crafting along with me today, so she gets the hang of what we do because it's a different pace, isn't it? We all know out there that it's all very laid back, we all do it very slowly and lovely. And actually, I think you're going to love this, aren't you, Michelle? Right, so we've got our 2 pieces cut down to 7 inches, and then we're going to bring in our board. And again, button up to the handle side, or if you haven't got a handle side and you've just got the board, it's where you've got that one wavy line, it's coming in from that side. And we're going to go on the trifold A4 and turn that round, and the trifold A4. Okay, and then I'm just going to do that with this one as well, and onto that trifold A4. Turn that round and trifold A4. So, and then what we're going to do is again going from this top corner, so bringing in this, you want to score that line from this point to that middle section. So I'm just going to find my point and then hold that line right next to it and come down. And on the next one, do exactly the same, find that point, turning that round, and there we go. And then you'll have one looking like this. So you'll have 2 pieces that look like that, and I'm just going to quickly do my point. So I've got my 2 pieces. Now the reason I've done 2 pieces is because I find that helps me with my mats and layers, because if you do 2 pieces, when we come to trimming them out, you've got stencils then for all your mats and layers when you've got an unusual shaped card. So what we're going to do now is we're going to bring that first point over, so we're going to fold that over and burnish, and then we're going to do the same with the other side, bring that over and burnish. And then we are going to fold the right hand side one back. And then this one, when you fold that one back, can you see, you've then got your shaped card.
Excellent. Sarah Schaefer has got a great question. Would the line on the Ultimate be the same on both the UK one and the US one? Great question. Because if you wanted to do this card, I'm guessing, Debbie, and use US letter size card, if you were using your US Ultimate, you've already got that line on there, haven't you?
Absolutely.
So you'd be good to go.
Yes, and that is a really good question. Yeah, I'm really sorry I hadn't even thought about that, but yes, you're right. So you use your letter size to your Ultimate one. And I did promise, I'm going to bring in my scoreboard, because I did promise we'd do the measurements on a normal scoreboard to see what they were. So I'm just going to have a look. In fact, let's bring in the one which has got, so what this is saying that your score line is 3 7/8 of an inch. inch. So you come in 1 before your 4 and then turn that round and you come in again that just 1 increment before your 4 inches, and that will give you exactly the same markings.
Excellent.
So you can do it on a scoreboard as well. Right, so then we're going to do exactly the same with this one, because when your score lines are in, it makes it much easier to see it when we come to cutting those out. So folding that in and folding that in. Because this one of them, we're just going to use as a template. We're just going to cut these pieces out when we come to doing our actual design. So these are the pieces that we're going to be using onto our, to mat and layer onto for our stencils. So we're going to pop that one to the side for now. We're going to pop our card as well to the side. So we've got that all ready to do. And then what we're going to do is bring in our stencils. So I'm using the polka dot and the scattered foliage. They're 2 pretty ones. I would say just use 2 coordinating ones that look nice together, or just use the same ones. You don't have to use different ones. I just thought it would sort of mix it up and use slightly different ones. So first of all, I'm going to take the scattered foliage. We're going to bring out that stencil. I do believe Sarah was just on HSN, and I believe that we had some stick and spray that was on. So I'm going to use my stick and spray. Some people, I see Michelle this morning, she just likes to use tape at the side to glue it. I like to just put a bit, I'm just checking, yeah, purple one is the repositioning. What this is, it's a repositioning glue. I'm just giving it a little spritz over the back. That will wash off, no problem whatsoever. But to be honest, I tend not to wash them off because they don't always need to be washed. They would just re-stick over and over again. So I'm just going to take some more white card and we're going to place that over the top. So I'm just going to use it on there. Doesn't matter where it goes, I'm just using my piece of cardstock to pop that on. Once you've stuck that down, we're then, oh sorry, I'm throwing my glue away. I'm going to be bringing in this. Now, use your embossing powders, and what I like to do, because, and most people will know this, Jo, sometimes when you're putting down your embossing inks, and it's always a really good tip, use actually an ink that's closest matching to the embossing colour, because what that does, it fills in any gaps that maybe don't take the wetness so well, because when you're stenciling, especially on such a big stencil, sometimes you get some bits that are wetter than others. So I always like to use an ink that's closest to it. So if you're going for one of our red ones, Jo will tell you all the colours in those. We've got some amazing inks, embossing powders. What I also love about these, if I open it up, you can see these have got quite a mixture of different types of colours in them. So you've got almost those little black speckles in there as well. And I love that about this. You've got some faint colours, light colours and dark colours. So, and I'm going to show you a really good tip of how we can keep those colours into our embossed element. So I'm just taking a Frosty Jade. You could actually use whatever colour you want to use because we're going to cover it with embossing powder. But the closest one I thought to the one I'm using is a Frosty Jade, which is why we're using that. Now I like to use the circle one, but actually this one is going to give me the most amount of coverage more quickly. So all I'm going to do is actually, as I put it down, I want to just, I'm doing it quite firmly and I'm twisting it, Jo, as I put it down because it builds up more colour.
Okay.
If I was just to go round like this, it's going on, but I'm not really getting it through. Where if you actually, when you sort of pound down here, you get that colour come through and you get that build up of wetness because it's actually a wet ink and you want it to be a wet ink. So all I'm doing is as I put it down, I'm then twisting it and getting that ink to go through as much as possible. And that's all you're going to do is build up that ink. And I like to have as much as possible because it does mean that it stays that little bit wetter. And the more wet your ink is, the better your embossing powder will stick to it.
Would you like get one of your juicier ones for this job?
Juicier ink pad,
Yeah.
yes. Yeah, you would, Joe, yeah. And you would absolutely use your pigment inks as well. So all I'm doing is as I'm holding it on, I twist it, and then that just allows all the ink that I've got in my ink pad to actually go onto my surface. And you can see you get quite a lot of ink come off in there by doing that. So build up your ink, whatever colour you want to. You might find that you might want to use, if you haven't got any of the Cosmic Shimmer inks, you might find that you might want to use just a, maybe a red ink or a blue ink of our pigment ranges and just using clear embossing powder. But the reason I'm putting lots on, Joe, because it's quite a chunky, where Debbie says our glue is a chunky glue, this is a chunky embossing powder, because it has bigger particles in it, as well as sort of dust as well, what I call dust.
Dust, anyone?
Dust.
Loads of people saying how much they love stencils. Coletta's saying, good morning all, just popping in, we'll have to watch this back later. Donna loves their stencils. Gwen says love to use chalk mousse on stencils, really gives a beautiful effect and so dimensional.
That looks very
Not familiar
nice.
with that.
No, me neither.
Lisa says my Enchanted Dreams mega bundle arrived yesterday. It's even more scrumptious in person.
Oh, isn't it? Yeah.
Dana says Joe joined the craft along. I think too many crafters spoils the broth. I think 2 is enough in the tune. 3 with the lovely Christine at home as well. Brenda loving the purple board. Donna saying hi from San Antonio, Texas. It's going to be 91 degrees Fahrenheit there today.
I actually nearly thought you were going to say she's 91 today. I was thinking, wow, who's our oldest crafter?
No. Donna, maybe 91, I'm not sure. She says, tell Michelle I totally love all of her work. I make little animals, all colours for my grandkids. How cute.
Oh, that's lovely.
Merlin says, love your pics from Italy. Look like you enjoyed your vacation. Welcome back. I had a lovely time. Thank you for asking. Yes, loads of you are really enjoying this craft along so far, it seems.
Yeah, it's just nice and easy and laid back, and yeah, I do love a craft along. So I'm going to take that one off. So we've finished putting that all over. So let's peel that away.
Nice.
Yeah, I mean, how beautiful is that? But what we are going to do, Joe, is I have and I've just realised, do you know what I've done? And I've done my golden rule that I said I wouldn't do at home, is spray the back of my stencil.
Oh, Debbie.
Because I've got a feeling that my whole
tonight's gonna be
I've got a feeling it's just gonna all stick to it. We will see, won't we? Let's see. Let's go.
Just a piece of cardstock, as Jan says.
Let's go gentle. So I'm just, I need to do something. So apologies, I need to move because I've just realised the fan is starting to blow it. So I'm going to turn the fan, in fact, let's not turn the fan off, but we'll move it out the direction.
Have you pushed it towards Michelle?
No, I've pushed it
backwards. Good. I was going to say, that's mean.
I wouldn't do that. I can't believe I did that, Joe. How silly. So this colour is Ice Age.
Nice.
Yeah, it's really
I'll take you through
nice.
the colours of these that we have very shortly as well, if you want to grab some.
So what I'm going to do, before I put any more on, I'm going to see if it's done that and just stuck to everything. So let's have a look, because then we won't really get to the full detail, or we're just, actually, you know what, we're just going to get a grungier looking. So what my point is with this, can you see, and actually it'll probably look quite nice, is if I bring my finished one in here, on this one, all my white is still white, but because I've sprayed the back of my stencil, the little bit of it has stuck onto there, which means it's going to heat emboss into that. Luckily, I don't think Michelle has used glue on hers, so she will show us at the end how hers looks, but I'm just going to carry on, Joe, and we will just see where it takes us.
Fair enough. I think we're going to get a slightly different but equally fabulous result. Do you not need to use an anti-static or pre-embossing bag on this technique?
No, you don't need to do that. You could, but as long as your stencil is held down well and your ink's not going to go anywhere else, or you don't use your stick and spray, then you should be absolutely fine. But if you wanted to, you could absolutely do that.
Alistair is in the chat. He is, yes, he's around. And he says, Joe, is your shirt from Italy? You look like a soprano. Capiche? It's not. It's from Top Man. Not quite the same, I'm afraid.
Not quite the same. So yes, with mine, I think I could probably tap off a little bit more, and then I'm just going to gather that up. So let's pop that in there. But actually, I think by doing that, yeah, I'm not going to, oh.
What have you done?
Right, so I've just come unclipped. I felt a...
do you want me to come round?
An unplug.
Do you want me to...
No,
are you all right?
I'm all right. I think
you
I
plugged
can
in?
do it. There, I'm done.
Oh, all right.
Plugged back
Well,
in.
I was there, ready.
Come out. Joe's all very good. Comes to my rescue.
I do.
I had a nice little shoulder massage
You did?
earlier. So while I'm just...
That was only because I left the chain on the house and Debbie couldn't get in. She got herself a bit worked up.
I couldn't get in the house. I couldn't put my shopping in the fridge. You know what it's like, ladies. All hormones raging. Right, so I'm going to stop there, Joe, because I want people to catch up on where we're at the moment. And then we're going to do our heat embossing with our heat tool. Okay?
Fantastic. Right, let me recap then for you what we have got. If you want to go for these stencils out now, you absolutely can do. So they are available for you right now. You can come back and jump in and watch this whenever you want to, which is fantastic. So what we have is the Elegant Trellis, which is this one just here. We also have for you the Love Hearts, as you can see there. Then we've got the Scattered Foliage. This one here is your Cute Florals. This one is your Abstract Swirls. Then you've got your Rosebud Floral. This is your Beautiful Butterflies. And then finally your Polka Dots as well, just there. You get all of those brand new ones. They will all be winging their way to you, which is fantastic. Do grab those. Right, oh. Big glue. Right, did you want to restock on the Coal All-Purpose? We've got the Whopper tub, the Whopper one available for you. Look at the size of it. It's 1/4 of a litre of Coal glue. How incredible is that? A whole 1/4 of a litre. $5.99 or $10.95. Right, we've got the Ultra Sparkling Paste on the show as well, which is this one just here. Let me take you through all the wonderful colours that you can go for. So this one here is your Rose Copper that you can see. Then you've also got your Golden Sands. Let me open one of these up and show you the inside. Oh, look at that, shiny. That is your Golden Sands. Then you've also got Vintage Violet. You can also go for the Silver Chrome. Then we've got Periwinkle. And we also have, I love this one, the Hunter Green, absolutely delicious. We then have, oh, Frosty Sparkle, yes please. This one here is your Apple Red. Oh, it's very, I wanted to say, oh, the Wizard of Oz.
Wizard of Oz, yes.
Oh my word, I saw my life flash before my eyes there when I couldn't remember what that one was. How dare I forget that? And then you've got this one here, which is the Blue Gunmetal, which is this one just here. So you can see, you can go for that one as well. $5.75 or $9.99. See the full range of all the other Cosmic Shimmer products that we've got available for you over on the website. I don't think I've got any questions coming in. Any questions coming in? Oh, it's Cecilia's birthday.
Oh, happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Cecilia. Cecilia Giori, happy birthday to you. Yeah, no other questions really. So yeah, ready to go if you are.
Yeah, absolutely. So we're going to be heat embossing really, Joe. So you might have to do a bit of talking and I'll talk over because it'll take a little while. Now the reason being is because you have some bits in here that are a little bit chunkier, I like to heat from underneath because what underneath does is it melts it without blowing it away. Because there's a lot of dustier particles in here. It means that sometimes you can blow them away. So I'm going to put it on my highest setting and I'm going to start from underneath. So if I bring it in here so you can see what I'm doing, it will then start to heat from underneath. So once it starts, don't hover, try sort of not to, because what you could end up doing is burning your cardstock. Once it starts to go, you need to just gently move it aside. And it will start to sort of melt all those elements. But by doing it this way, it doesn't blow anything away.
Excellent. I think it's just such a great technique, this, isn't it? So many people I know got into craft using this technique, Debbie. So it's lovely to see you do it. I actually quite like it with the extra bits.
It's looking quite grungy, isn't it?
Yeah, I think it's looking quite cool, especially offset against the florals. Pat says I'll be watching again later. It's too early to craft along for me on my Saturday. I enjoy watching from my recliner with my coffee these chilly mornings. Just to let you know, it is Friday, not Saturday. Just checking, Patty. I'm going to reread that just to make sure I got it. I'll be watching again later. It's too early for me to craft along on my Saturday. Oh, I enjoy watching from my coffee on these chilly mornings. I love stencils. I order them right away when they launch. Maybe Patty works Sunday to Thursday. Maybe that's what it is, and today is her Saturday.
Or she may be in Australia. Or did she say where she was from?
She might be in Australia, but I think it's 11. It's 2 o'clock in the morning there, I believe. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
Patty, clear that up for us.
But anyway, whatever, Patty, you're going to have a nice long weekend.
Absolutely, you are indeed. Yeah. Any other questions you've got, get them into me. Crafters TV on Facebook, Crafters Companion if you are, of course, on YouTube. Make sure you hit subscribe as well if you're watching us over on YouTube. Don't forget as well, we're celebrating our sweet 16th. All the celebrations, they'll be kicking off on Monday.
We're kicking them off, Joe.
Are we?
Yeah.
You and me?
Wake up call, Monday.
I'm not here on Monday. It's my first day of 4.
Oh, it's dead. Oh, sorry. I thought it
Yes.
was you.
Oh, no, I wish I was here on Monday. But alas, no, I'll be on my first day of 4 off. Yeah, loads coming up. There's actually a booklet available over on the website which you can go and have a look at, an e-booklet. I'll tell you more information about that and where to find it as we go through the show, but it is very, very exciting.
I can't wait. I'm really
There's so
excited.
much coming on.
We have so much coming up that I don't know how we're going to fit it all into our birthday event.
It's going to be tough going, isn't it?
Certainly is. I think every year we seem to just go bigger and better, and this year's going to be amazing, like so amazing. And I love the fact that not that I have TikTok because I wouldn't have a clue how to work it, but I do love that we now are live on TikTok. I nearly said Tok-Tik then.
That's what I call it.
I know, I heard this morning.
We attempted a Tok-Tik this afternoon, didn't we, Debbie?
We certainly did.
I mean, I nailed it. Debbie, totally out of time.
Oh,
Debbie, honestly.
Now the gloves are off.
She's got 2 left feet.
And I was going to say, I thought we did both do really well.
I mean, I thought I did brilliantly.
All I can say is I'm glad they found an easy one, an easy dance steps move.
But we
to
still
do.
didn't nail it.
We still didn't nail it, no. But in all fairness, I don't think we did bad when we only practiced for 5 minutes.
We did only practice for 5 minutes.
Yes. So once it's all heated, just go over the top now because nothing's going to blow away, and you can just then go over. If you wanted to then put some more embossing powder, you could do that while it's still warm, and you'll then be able to get even more on there as well. But I mean, mine's looking different. So let me bring in this piece on mine. So this is the one I did. So can you see completely all the white is free? This is when you don't use glue on the back of here. Because I sprayed it with glue, it means that it's filled the gaps. But I'm quite liking all the grunginess of this one. But can you see you've got little black pieces in here as well? These are beautiful embossing powders. They look amazing, and if I was to use my gun on that, those bits would have been blown away. So make sure that you do heat underneath. So the next thing we're going to do is take our guillotine and we're going to trim this up. So let's trim this just round the sides, and we're going to cut it, I believe, to 6.5, but let me double check. So I'm just going to take that piece there first and then trim on the other side. Yeah, I'm going to take that to 6.5. And then again on this side, cutting right to the edge of where your embossing goes. And then when you do the other side, that will take you to your 6.5 mark on your guillotine. Okay, so that's our first section done.
Excellent.
Can you hear the other guillotine going there?
Yeah, I can hear it in the background there.
So we've got this piece here. So what we're now going to do, Joe, I'm going to take the piece that we already scored, so these pieces here, because we're going to use these to cut our sections to shape. So what you do need to be mindful of is when you fold these, let me fold this, I've got it the wrong way, so we had it this way. So refold this section. Remember, you've got 2 of these, so we're only using 1. I'm going to fold these all in. Hang on, that way. Doing it totally the wrong way. There we go. We've got there. So these sections here, we're going to use these to trim out on our trimmer. So let's cut them off first. You only need one side, if I'm honest. So you don't need both sides because they would be identical. So just cutting that onto that line. So taking this bit here. And then what we're going to do, onto here, I'm going to cut a little bit in. So it's hard to say about how much you take off. You don't need to take a lot off. So my card is going to just below the 3 3/4. So if I bring that down, can you see this line? You can just sort of see that line there. And all I'm taking off is probably about, well, if I pop that there, you'll be able to see it's about half. It's probably about 1 increment of an inch.
About 1/8 of an inch.
Yes, 1/8 of an inch. So I'm taking that off on all sides. So if you're not sure, use that first piece as a guide, so we can just line that up to the side and take off that piece as well, because we're going to do that all the way round. Just lining up so we know we're taking an even amount off. It doesn't matter how much, as long as you take a little bit off, because what that will do is it allow you to have that frame. And then what we're going to do is cut that section in half. So you just need to pop that point from one end to the other and cut that down. And then while you've still got that on there, we're going to come in and cut that same amount off onto there. So what you need to be doing is looking, if I bring this round, you need to just be looking there that you've got that little overlay and the same little overlay on the side. And then we're going to trim that off. And for me, that's the easiest way to get your matten layer for that sort of shape. And then I'll bring this one in just so we've got the 2. And just take that one off as well. So bringing that at each end off there.
No mistakes, just artistic license, says Kim. There you are. And Donna says, tell Debbie some of my favourite cards have got mistakes in them.
Ah, that's nice.
Carol wants to know how you clean your stencils after you've used the stick and spray on it.
So yeah, great idea, great question. So if I bring in a piece of card and with the stick and spray, so I don't, Joe. Simple answer is I don't clean my stencils with the stick and spray, but if you wanted to do it, we do have, I'm not sure if you get this in the US, but we do a stick away. So if you're in the UK, you would be able to buy the stick away. Stick away, and honestly, if nobody has got this in the UK, get some of this,
it's
Joe.
excellent, isn't it?
It's just brilliant for everything. So if anyone puts anything Christmassy on their windows, fake snow, anything like that, this will get everything off. It'll get sticky buds, sticky tape off.
You know the stickers you put in your window if you go to like a music festival or something, you can never get them off. All that residue just comes off so easily, doesn't it?
Yeah, you just spray this and it takes it off. So this will take all that spray off. If you don't have that and you're in the US, I have used things like white spirits and even now varnish remover. It's just like it will just take the stickiness off. That's all it's doing. But to be honest, once you've used it a few times, it becomes non-sticky anyway, so you would then just spray it again. And to clean your actual stencil, just use either a baby wipe or a wet tissue over the top and it will just clean it. If you've got a darker colour, it's really cool to use these because you get I haven't got a dark colour, so I don't think it will work, but I'll show you what I mean. If you take a wet wipe and just put this, no, it's not going to work because my colour's too light, but when you use a darker colour, it will actually show, it does a little bit, but you'll get like a watercolour mark come through. So if you've got a darker colour, that is great for being able to wash your stencil off.
Fantastic.
Right, so that's our first bit. Now, the next thing, before you go to mat and layer, bring in your card, because what you want to do is make sure you get the right pieces. So this bit here is going to work onto here. And what I would do then is, this allows you, with a gap all the way round, I would sort of mark where you think it's going to go. So about sort of here, I'm just going to bend it up. And then that bent mark, I'm just going to cut. So this is a little bit of just winging it really, and making it by how you go along. So actually, if I give you the measurements of that, it's 4.5. If you trim that to 4.5, that's going to give you your perfect piece there, and that will be one of your sections. So you see that is going to fit perfectly into that section. So all we're going to do is cut that in half. And then you'll see that that will then go directly onto your inner part. So let's bring that round and cut that in half. I'm just double checking all the time. I want to make sure I'm cutting it at the right angle, because if you cut at the wrong angle, it won't fit inside. So cutting that bit into there, and that means that gives us our front sections perfectly fitting into the side there. Okay, so that's
Excellent.
our first part done, but you have the other section which we cut off. So this bit here, what you want to do with this, we want to cut this as well. So these two pieces, and in fact, let's stick these down so we don't get mixed up with any other pieces. So all I'm going to do is take my tape pen, and we're just going to apply our tape onto the back, and we're going to stick this in place while we've got our card in front of us. If we do it as we go along, we won't get lost with any of the other instructions. So we're going to place that on the front of our card, just like so.
I love it. There's something kind of Art Deco about this design of card, isn't there?
Yes, very much so.
I think it's all the angles.
It is a lovely design, isn't it? I just spotted it and thought, that's the one. I want to do that one. Yeah, really nice design, and so easy, especially if you've got the Ultimate Pro.
Gilmore says Debbie is a samurai warrior with her guillotine. Absolutely. Dolly says I call mistakes design opportunities. I have many. And Crafty AJ agreeing with you, Debbie, that stick away is absolutely tops for getting rid of sticky
amazing
stuff.
Everything, yeah, everything.
Terry Lee says, what is the noise behind the scenes? Are you building things for birthday? It's the lovely Michelle. She's just crafting off of your screens. She is beavering away, I can see. It's looking quite fabulous. I can't wait for you to see it. She'll share it with us at the end.
And there we go. So that's our first part of the card done. So the next bit we want to do, Joe, is I want then to cover those inside sections. So I want to know I'm going to cut this the right way. So this time, this last piece that we've got left, I'm going to cut from the left-hand side to the right-hand side this time. So bring in your guillotine, and then again, place that. So the left, you want to cut it from the left to the right, and just trim that piece down. And I will just double check what size that bit is that you should have left over, and that would be approximately 3 inches. So put that to the side, and then these pieces are going to go on the inside here. Now you can do that, or because this will give you a different side, we're going to put these on the do you know what? I did it. Joe, what is wrong with me?
What are you like?
It doesn't matter, but these pieces are to go on the inside, so I have cut them the wrong way. But it doesn't matter. What we're going to do, we're going to just decorate it in the same, and then we're going to do the inside ones, because these should have gone the other way. Can you see what I mean? They're upside down now. They would have gone inside here. That's me not looking at my actual creation, but when I come to do my dotty one, we'll just decorate it with the dotty ones on the inside and these ones on the outside. Okay,
so what if anyone's watching at home, then how would they have not done it that way round, Debbie?
So you would have cut it exactly the same way as the other piece. So this one, you would have cut it from your right hand side to your left hand side.
Cool.
Same one as we did at the front one. We cut this one from the left to the right, from the right hand side top to the left hand side bottom. And it was only as I did it, I realised that I wanted to decorate the insides with this one, not the outsides. I'll show you what I mean by my card. So this one, can you see when we open it up? Oh, I haven't even decorated these ones. So, but I've put the dotty ones on the inside, and then we could have put the other ones on the outside. But as it happens, I haven't actually done it wrong, Joe. We just don't use those pieces.
You've got options.
Got options. Right, so I think we'll leave it there, have a break, let everyone catch up with their sticking, cutting and putting it together. Ask any questions, let me know if you need recapping on any of those measurements, and then we're going to do our other part to the inside.
Excellent. Do you know what then? Why don't we take this opportunity whilst you guys all catching up to go and drop in on Christine and see how she's getting on across the pond over there. Christy, I can see that face looks mischievous. What is going on?
Oh my, yeah, I did the same thing. I cut it the wrong way too. But I'm just going to put them together in the middle.
Oh, excellent. Other than that, it's all going well?
It's going great. I thought that she used paste before, like this morning when I saw the project. I thought she used paste, and I thought those things, those shimmer things that you sell were paste. And so I made my own paste stuff this morning with the pigment ink and regular paste, you know, the
texture paste.
Yeah, exactly. And then I made all the things up this morning because I didn't have
Wow. Oh, I love them.
If I would have known how easy it was to do it this way.
And actually, Joe, we've got the paste on the show, and you can use them. Hi, Christine. You can use them. The reason I didn't choose to use them because they take a bit longer to dry, and they wouldn't have dried throughout the craft along, which is why. But I love the fact that you've done that as well, because you can absolutely. And I think at the end, I'm going to show how you can use the paste through them as well. That looks beautiful. Love them ones.
You've got a little production line going there, Christine. It looks like you're doing just fantastic. I'll drop back in on you really soon and see how it's going, okay? Let me just take a moment to recap. If you are just joining us and you're thinking, gosh, that looks fantastic, I'd love to be able to create that project. You can, because you can go for the stencils today. We've got the ink pads, we've got the texture paste, we've got everything you need is available. And what also will always be available is this show, so you can come back and watch this whenever you want, which is fantastic. So let me take you through the 8 stencils that we've got. So you've got the elegant trellis. This one here is the love hearts. That's your scattered foliage. Then there's the cute florals. This is your abstract swirls. Then there's the rosebud floral, the beautiful butterflies, and of course the polka dots there as well. So all 8 of those coming your way, which is amazing. $34.99 or $46.95. We've been talking about it. It's coming real soon and we're all excited. Do you want some more information about our Sweet 16? Of course you do. Take a look.
Crafter's Companion is turning Sweet 16, and have we got a treat in store for you. We are celebrating in style.
Join us from the 11th to the 24th of October for some blooming brilliant birthday deals.
It's time to treat yourself to some brand new launches and so many crafty treats and surprises.
There's sure to be something to take your fancy, so head on over to the Crafter's Companion website to find out more.
My favourite bit is me and Ben just, you know, in the background, like Sarah's bodyguards there. You know, like security. Yeah, like security. Right, do you know what is also available? See this? This beautiful booklet. Some of these have been going out to some of our customers over the last week or so. It basically is, you know, like when we do the HSM preview, we have the booklet that like has everything in it about what's going to happen over the entire Sweet 16 celebration. Well, this is available right now over on our website as an e-booklet, so you can head over there and you can download it, which is fantastic. And I believe we're going to show you exactly how you can do that right now. So here we go. So head on over to crafterscompanion.co.uk.com.au, wherever you shop normally. Scroll yourself on down, scroll on down the page. There you see, coming soon. Click there. Who's that handsome chap? And then you scroll down, you can see all the birthday fun there. And then booklet, view now in whether you're from the UK, the US, or across in the EU. And there it is. There is everything for you. I'm not going to show you too much. You're not going to show you too, because we want you to go and download it. But it's got everything everything in there, all of the products that are going to be launches when everything is happening across our entire Sweet 16th celebration. So make sure you get over there, make sure you get it downloaded. How excited! Have we done this in previous years? I don't remember us doing a booklet like this before. Do you, Debbie?
No, I don't think we've ever done one for, oh, yes we have. We have done them, Joe. Yeah.
Have we?
Yep. I've had to think. It's probably our biggest and best one yet, but yes, we have definitely done booklets before.
Oh my! Have you seen the Shadow Stamp and Die Sentiments?
I might be launching them.
Oh my!
Yeah, so I might have seen them.
Wowzers, trousers!
Joe's getting taken away there with his.
Yeah. Anyway, I reckon if you just carried on, Debbie, I'm just gonna have a lovely little time looking through this booklet, if that's all right.
I was thinking to myself, I opened this because I had one at home. It's not mine, this is the studio one. So I'm taking out the polka dots. So we're going to do this one. So same thing as before, but this time I'm going to do it a little bit different. I'm not going to spray it. So I am going to use tape. So, and actually it's probably a good thing because lots of people don't have any stick and spray. So I'm just going to use tape. Now when you're using masking tape, I'm just going to tape it down, but make sure when you tape it down it's not hitting any of the gaps that your masking tape could go over, because you want to get that all in those gaps. So we're going to take that down, and I'm going to go in again with the same one, ink pad. You can use pretty much any ink pad, but I would suggest using one that's quite close to what you're using. Then if any gaps are missing, it will just hide those. Or you might like something a bit more grungy, and it doesn't matter if it hides it or not. You might just want to use your ink pad to your ink pad colour, and you could just use a clear embossing powder. But I love the Cosmic Shimmer ones because what they do is they give you some sort of different mediums in there, different, not mediums, what's the word, Joe? Different thicknesses of the embossing powders, and different colours as well, which sort of mix in with them and make them just that little bit more grungier.
Yeah,
So
there's loads of different ones. I'll take you through some of those colours shortly,
yes.
actually.
Yeah, they are absolutely amazing. I mean, we're all huge fans, aren't we, here of embossing powders?
A lot of people talking about the physical booklet. I think physical booklets are going out to people. FYI, BTW. So I think a lot of you might be receiving them. I don't know.
That's the
If you
first
don't
time
get
I've
one,
seen one.
if you don't get one, don't shout at me. All right? I didn't say it. My name's Ben Mosby, if anyone else. Gwen Terry says, so excited for birthday. Gilmore says, oh, I wish I had that physical booklet. Anne says, oh, an actual hard copy, I want one. I know some of you have received them already, so I don't know, what the protocol is, who's getting them, who's not, but I know some of you have got your hands on them. But it is available right now as an e-booklet over on the website, and you've seen how easy it is to get over there and have a look at it.
So all I'm doing, Joe, is pushing the ink applicator, my words are going, the ink applicator, and I'm just giving it a twist, because what that does is it just adds more of the embossing, more of the ink. We're using Pigment ink pads because they're the wet ones, and it means that they stay wet for longer, so we can do our technique of heat embossing.
Fantastic. And do you have to wipe quite try that again, get my teeth in. Do you have to wipe quite, let me try it again for a third time. Do you have to work quite quickly with this, Debbie, when you're doing this technique?
No, not at all, Joe. It's really about just making sure you've got a good coverage.
Okay,
Once you've got a good coverage, I would say you've got at least maybe 10, 15 minutes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you've got quite a lot of time before that will dry thoroughly. Yeah, so just taking that, and then you can sort of see, I'm just looking over it, and I can sort of see where it needs just that extra touch up. So just going over it. There we go. So, I mean, you can use different colours, different embossing powders. If you're using different embossing powders, make sure that you put, so if I want to put this colour on one side and then a variation of colour on the other side, make sure you put one on first, take that all off. So you would actually, so if I pop this on one side, take that all off and then put your other one on and take it the other way. That way you don't mix the colours up and you don't contaminate at all.
Top tip there.
So let's take that off. So I'm going to take my tape away off of there, and we've got that gorgeous spotty background. And then I'm going to do the same. And what I like about this, you can see on the top there, that all the sort of black areas sit on the top, because everything that's, I don't know if you know, but everything that's thicker, if you shake anything, all the thicker elements come to the surface. So it means when you come to put it on, you can sort of go in. So I might want a bit more of that sort of black on the bigger elements. So just go in and you can sort of tap them where you want them to start with, because the ones at the bottom are the ones that are going to, or the ones at the top are the ones that are going to grab first onto there. And then your sort of powder, if you like, will all come afterwards. So you can see all that black starting to come through there. So I'm doing this so I know that that will start to attach itself to where I want it. Otherwise, if you was just to pour it all over and move it, you won't get a lot of the black and sort of beigey spots coming through. They would just lay on top and then they would just brush off.
Angela Rita, does it matter what ink applicator you use? I'm guessing she means square or round.
No, not at all. It's absolutely preference. I actually prefer the round ones. I think they are much more blendable because they have a round circle edge. But I'm using the other ones because it gives more coverage.
Okay.
So more coverage and quicker. So I'm just going to pop that onto there. And I'm just being really careful because I want to make sure that I've covered everywhere. So I am just...
Are they a bit trickier to get in the pot, the chunkier ones?
No, not at all.
Okay.
No. What it is, Joe, is if I had another piece of card, I could just put it all onto that piece of card. But I'm trying to make sure that I just get it all covered without, just without knocking too much off. So you can see on that one, I've still got all my white detail on there.
Beautiful.
So let's take that off and then we're going to do that heat embossing again. So take your heat embossing, and again from underneath, it's why I haven't cut my card to size as well. You'll notice that I've used quite a big piece of card. It means you can hold it. You've always got somewhere to hold when you're heating underneath, and then that way you're not going to burn your fingers. So you've got two settings on this. I'm going to set mine to high. You will find, we don't do heat guns, but you will find them on the website if you just type in heat tools.
Fantastic. Lots of you loving this. Lot of you showing off in the comments, letting us know that you've got your booklet. Stacey Allen, Elizabeth Mills, we see you. Any other questions that you've got, get them in. This is a great question, actually. Can you cut, you might know the answer to this, Debbie. Can you cut paper and card with multimedia dies?
Paper and card?
Not necessarily paper or card, or card.
Yes.
Yes, you can. There you go.
What I would say though is they're not designed to just cut paper and card. So if you are cutting only paper with a mixed media die, it's likely that your sandwich will be too thick.
Okay.
So I would cut multiple pieces of paper at one time with a mixed media.
How many sort of pieces are we talking?
You could cut 6 to 8 pieces of paper, and I would say 3 to 4 of card.
Okay, excellent. Hope that helps, Gloria.
Yeah, mixed media dies are great, but they have got a thicker cutting edge. So you really want to put, they're designed because for batch making, for cutting items such as mount board, foam, multiple layers of material. So if you're just cutting paper, you'll probably find that they're really put deep ridges into your boards when you're putting them through.
Okay.
If you haven't got enough to soften that.
Have we worked out what this card design is called yet, Debbie?
I think it is just a twisted gatefold.
Twisted gatefold, yes. Excellent. Katie was asking. I hope that helps, Katie.
I love this spotty one, it's so nice.
It's cool, isn't it?
I think it's one that could be used for so many different occasions.
Yeah, I bet you could really cut this down and just use strips or smaller pieces of this one quite easily.
There's so much you can do with stencils. I love the fact you could put them through your Gemini, emboss with them. You can use them on all your mixed media projects. They're great for all your backgrounds. And they're just amazing for all your wet techniques, so such as your wet inks. You could use a glycerin with your aqua pens. You could use the, what's the word? It's gone out of my head. Oh, the pastes that, like Christine was showing us earlier. I can't believe Christine made her own paste. They look amazing.
Don't they? Yeah, really incredible.
You'll put us out of business, Christine. Yeah, pastes are amazing. I will show that as we go through. Once we've finished our demo, I think we'll have a few minutes spare that I can show you how beautiful the paste looks when you use it through your stencils.
It's not often we have two heat tools on the go in the studio.
Does it sound noisy over there?
Not really, no, it doesn't sound the same as normal, to be honest. But the lovely Michelle is also crafting. I'm going to go and pop down and have a look what colours Michelle's used. Ooh. Very shiny is Michelle's.
Looking lovely.
Shiny. Ooh.
Ooh. That looks beautiful, doesn't it?
Fabulous, I love it. We've gone lipstick red. Sexy red is what Michelle has gone.
So it's the red embossing powder, that one, of what we've got in. So it does take a little bit of time, and it does take longer to emboss from underneath, to heat from underneath, but it really does pay to do it this way, because you would just get it splattered sort of everywhere, and it would just, and a lot of it would just blow away as well. So just doing our last bit at the bottom here. I mean, this could be anything. This could be celebratory bubbles. It could be...
I'm thinking champagne bubbles, you know.
Yeah, absolutely. But also like, it could be snow. It could be, it almost looks a little bit in these colours like your sky. Oh, what was that? Do you know what I've done?
What have you done? You haven't knocked the embossing powder over?
No, someone's left their water under there. I've tipped the water over again.
Let's blame Ian. Ian, our craft factor contestant today. It was Michelle. She just started scuttling backwards and slowly out the studio. It was definitely Michelle. Was it you, Michelle?
I did it the other day.
Might have been. Michelle just looked at me like this.
Was you in, Joe, when I spilt the last one?
No.
John had come in literally to give me, actually John had come in to give me a drink of water, and just as he'd come in, I went to get the foam tape, and I just see the foam tape. As I pulled it, there was a cup inside the ring of the foam tape, and the water went everywhere.
Oh no.
So John John then had to mop me all up underneath here. So
it all happens here, doesn't it?
Knocked another one over. Right, so we're going to trim this one down again. So because I haven't really got an edge to this one as such, I'm just trimming round until, because you want to get it so it's 6.5 by 6.5. So just trimming that one in and that side. So that takes me to my 6.5. And then I think if I trim this top piece, yep, that will take me to my 6.5 as well. So before we do anything else, let's move this out the way. Pop that there. I'm going to try not to tread into the wet. And then we're going to do the same. So let's bring in our card here. So look at the difference here. We've got now that beautiful white space. And actually it goes quite nice with the grungier one, doesn't it, as well? So having a bit of both. So this time what we want to do, we want to have this inside piece and the outside pieces. So I'm going to bring in this piece that we had before. Now, where I trimmed it down before, I'm going to show you how we can just place this onto here. Because I want this to be on my sides, I want it to be this side. Just double check that that's the piece there that's going to fit underneath. So this piece, I want to take that part out. But before I do that, I want to make sure that I've got the room to put in the centre. So I need to cut that down. And I believe that's about 4 inches. So let's just double check on that for you. So yes, so take it up to, 3.5 inches. So if you take it up to 3.5, into there. And then we know that we need this part at the bottom, which means this part will be your top. So we need to cut that from one edge to the next. So we're going now from the left top corner to the right bottom. Okay, so on the left, and it's so easy on the guillotine to be able to just pop that from corner to corner. And that gives us our 2 parts and our piece here. So let's take them away and bring in our card. So what we're going to do here is bring our card in. This piece is going to go into the centre panel, so you will have this for your centre. Don't know why, but it feels like it should be that way up, even though the dots are probably all the same. Isn't that weird how that feels like it should have been the other way?
Because aren't the bubbles, when in my head, they're bubbles and it's all a reference back to champagne and Prosecco, to be honest, Debbie.
Yeah.
Are the bubbles small? No, they're small at the bottom. They get big as they go to the top, don't they?
Do they?
You know, if you think about fizzy wine or any kind of fizzy drink, the bubbles are tiny when they start off in the bottom of the glass, and as they move up the glass, they get bigger and then they pop.
I've never really took much notice.
Because you think they're almost like tiny, like little white fizzy things, aren't they, in the bottom of the glass? And as they come up, they get bigger.
Yeah, I suppose they do. Yeah. I just never really took that much notice.
I mean, I think it says more about me than it does about you, to be honest, Debbie.
Yeah, I'm not really a champagne or wine drinker. That's probably why
not?
I don't. No, not at
Arches
all.
and lemonade all the way, aren't you, Debbie?
Well, that and a gin.
Like a gin?
Yeah,
Right.
like a gin. I drink lemon gin at the moment. Rather liking lemon gin.
Nice.
I don't drink a lot though, to be honest. Not a big drinker. I've never really. I'm the same whether I drink or don't drink. So a lot of people like to have a drink if
But
they
I
go
can't
to
imagine how giggly you get
parties
when you
and-
have had a few drinks.
I probably do get a bit more giggly. So then we're going to pop this onto our edges.
Angela Reid asks, how long can you safely wait before you put the embossing powder on? I know we spoke about it a minute ago.
Yeah, so I would say it's still going to be quite wet for about 10 minutes, 10 to 15 minutes. I like to do it fairly quickly because obviously the wetter it is, the better it will stick. And if you was to go off and leave it for sort of half hour, it would probably just fall off of the card. That wouldn't have anything there. So that gives us our bits there. What I am going to do is just bring in that wet wipe because I do have embossing powder all over my mat there. So let's just have a clear up. Right, so I think, is this a good place to have a break,
I think
Joe?
so.
Because I think we've done all our fronts of our cards, so you should be at this point at the moment where you've got your front pieces on, your side bits in the centre, in the front centre, and then your piece in the middle. Okay?
Fantastic.
There
That
we
looks
go.
excellent so far. Give you a chance to catch up. Any questions you've got, as always, pop them over to me, Crafters TV on Facebook, Crafters Companion if you're across on YouTube. I want to take you through the interchangeable dials. I know this is something that Debbie is going to be using very shortly. So first one is butterfly foliage, and that one's got happy birthday, happy Easter, and happy thoughts. They were all available individually, these for you today. This one here is your regal frame, and that's going to give you just for you, miss you, and thank you. Then you've got wildflowers, that's got sending hugs, sending love, and sending kisses. You've then got lovely vines, which is best of luck. Best wishes, sorry, best of luck and best friend. Ornate swirls, that's going to give you sending wishes, birthday wishes, and get well wishes. And then finally, this one here is your pretty florals. Congratulations, celebrate, and condolences. So do go and check those out. A lot of people are already talking about envelopes for this card and how we're to go about creating an envelope. Dana Glass is asking.
Yeah, let's have a measure, Joe. So it actually measures fully. It's quite big actually. You would need, I would say, an 8x8 card envelope.
Okay.
Yeah, with the actual points and that. It's 7 inches. I mean 7.5 by 8. But if you've got an 8x8 envelope, that will fit into there perfectly.
Excellent. Right, I want to share with you these embossing powders and we've got on the show. All of them are this kind of mixed media style embossing powder. So they've got, you know, a real variation on the size of crystals that are in there. This one is your Stone Age that you can see right here. Absolutely gorgeous. We've also got for you Dark Age, which is this one just here. Not sure how close you can get on that and see all those tiny little particles that you've got in there. They really are a great mix. We also have Jurassic for you as well, which is that one just here. Really lovely light one, that one. Then we have Iron Age, which is this one here. I've also got Industrial Revolution. Like a little history lesson, these, aren't they? I love them. Then we've got Victorian. Oh, that's a real kapow of colour, that one, isn't it? Really love that. Then we've got Bohemian. Love that. I think this is the one that Michelle has been using the Bohemian, and also then the Age of Aquarius. Oh, makes me want to burst into song. $3.99 or $6.99 depending on where you're shopping. $3.19 or $5.59 is your price on those there. Right, I'll tell you what we better do then. Let's give you all a little bit of an opportunity to get yourselves caught up. And whilst you do that, let's share with you some of the fun we have here at Crafty TV.
Welcome to Crafters TV. With more than 35 hours of live shows each week, it's your home for all things craft. We shine the spotlight on new and innovative crafting products with live tutorials and demonstrations. Join our family of craft experts where fun happens every day.
Quiet. The neighbours.
I'm all out of Zoom. I'm so lost without you. I'm not singing.
Lisa, if you email in, don't send a picture of your air fryer. Make sure it's something creative.
Get creative and craft along. With our amazing deals, your next craft project is just a click away. Tune in live 7 days a week, or you can watch us on Catch Up at crafterscompanion.com, Facebook, or our YouTube channels. You can chat to us, craft along, and meet new friends by joining our online crafting community.
You entertain us, you give us a community to talk, in the chat. That wouldn't happen without you guys. It's like Crafters Companion is magical. There's magic here.
Joy, there's not a dry eye in the studio here. Debbie's welling up, I'm welling up.
There's a show for every type of crafter, from first-time dabblers to full-time makers. Crafters TV. Create every day.
Welcome to Club Inspire, the Crafters Companion community where you can feed your crafty obsession. Join our fantastic loyalty club today and receive 20% of your first order. We'll also give you 250 points to help get you started. Other benefits of joining Club Inspire include exclusive special offers and discounts for Club Inspire members only, exclusive sneak peek previews of brand new product launches, and of course the Club Inspire community group on Facebook, where you can access exclusive content such as downloads, offers and inspiration, and of course you can chat and share your makes with other members. You'll receive 1 point for every £1, dollar or euro you spend, and the more points you receive, the more benefits you'll unlock. So what are you waiting for? Sign up, join the club and start rewarding yourself today.
Some of the fun stuff we get up to and all details there of Club Inspire as well. Michelle sent us in some pictures of interchangeable sentiments. I put it on the front of the notebook. I'll try and have a little look at those a little later in the show. If you are crafting along with us in real time as well, make sure you send us pictures of what you've created as well at the end of the show. And when you are done, you can send that to... Where are you? Studio at craftscompanion.co.uk is where those need to go into. Right, Debbie, if you're ready, I think everyone else is ready to push on, if that's okay.
Absolutely. So, shall we get on with some die cutting? So, we've got our card sorted out, which is fabulous. You've learned how to make and how easy that card is, which is just incredible. I love a different type of card, Joe. It's really nice just to get one that has those sort... There's a lot of cards going around at the moment that have lots of points in them.
Points?
Yeah, points, like they're pointy. And actually, PP Pam, she was on, wasn't she? Was it last Friday?
She was, caused absolute mayhem, as she always does.
She was amazing, wasn't she?
She was great.
And her card was pointy, I noticed, that she was doing. She did those ones where you put almost these angles in to make that front of your card as well. And again, very Art Deco. So there's lots of that design around at the moment, which is really lovely. So the next thing I'm going to do, now we've got some textured cardstock on the show. You can use whichever ones you've got. I'm just using these two, which is the sort of dark teal. I thought I'd keep it in theme with our sort of birthday coming up. And then a lighter one as well, and some white card. And we're going to bring in this die here. So I'm just going to use the interchangeable Regal frames. So on this one, you've got a thank you, a just for you, or a miss you. Now these are very clever and I absolutely love them. If you've not seen them before, Each one comes with 3 parts. So you get your sentiment, which you would lay in the middle. You've got then your outside intricate part and then your outside cutting edge, which means you've got one then to use as your matten layer. So I'm going to use my darkest card for my matten layer. So pop that to the side. I then want to use my next colour, the sort of teal, the lighter sort of aqua colour we're going to use for the centrepiece, and then I'm just going to use white for my sentiment. But I want to cut my sentiment out a few times. And with this one, you've then got other dies. So this one I've got, I don't know which one I've grabbed here, we've got a Just For You. You've also then got with this one your Thank You, and your Thank You works in the same way because your You is the same design, and then you've just got your word across the top, which the designers have worked in exactly the same as the Just For You or the Miss You. So you've got Miss You, Just For You, and the Thank You. And I love that about these, that you can just use all these different designs. So I've got the Just For You, and we're going to use that on our white. So first of all, let's snip out a piece of white card. Scissors. I'm just going to cut that down, that strip, because I want to cut that out a few more times. Because when you mat and layer these on top of each other, they create sort of a thicker embellishment, and they just look much nicer. And it also stands out that little bit as well. Right, so I've got our pieces of card, and we're going to cut those out. So I'm just going to take that round as well.
Oh, Caroline French has sent her card picture in already. She's raced ahead, I think.
Oh, brilliant. I love that.
Already getting craft along pictures coming in. That's fabulous.
Oh, that's so nice. Well, when you think about it, Joe, we've done the card, haven't we? So that's great. Yeah, you can decorate it however you want, which is amazing. So I've got my 3 parts there, and I've got my Gemini at the side of me. So I'm just going to grab my plates and build up this. So I can cut them, because I'm using my Gemini, I can cut these out in one go. You can use your Gemini Junior. I think these are just too big to go in the mini. I think this is much bigger looking at it, yes, than 3 inches. I can see
Michelle's got the MIDI on the go.
Yes, so I thought, oh, Michelle could just pop over and use my board, but then I thought, well, actually, I know Michelle didn't have any power. The MIDI will come in absolute, will be a treat for her over there. So I'm just popping my, and I moved everything about because originally Michelle was going to be beside me, but then we didn't have a lot of room, so I've moved my Gemini out the way over there. So just in case you're wondering why my die cutting is going on along here. But what I am going to do, I'm going to bring in, once I've now got those pieces, I'm going to bring in my mini, because the little die, the sentiment die that I wanted, which is this one, we've just chopped off the end, but I'm not going to worry about that because I'm going to cut it a few times to mat and layer. Let me just grab a pokey tool just to get those last little pieces out. They're out. And then we're just going to cut this one a few more times. So this is a great way for anyone that just wants to get your sentiment raised a little bit more. There we go.
Yeah, Ian, our Craft Factor guest this morning, he did something similar with his sentiment as well, his main sentiment, multi-cut it and laid it up a few times.
Oh, is that what he did as well? I missed the last bit of
Were you listening in the car?
Yes. I just learnt, Joe, that I don't get the picture, well, I don't look at my phone, but I can hear it if I plug it into my phone. I didn't, into my car, I didn't realise that. Yes, so I was listening, so I didn't actually see what he'd done, but saying
it was fabulous.
I can see it. It's down.
Is it over there? Well, one card of the show.
Yes.
I was wondering where it had gone actually.
Oh yeah, it's now. It's
is it? I'm going to come and get it.
It's got birthday written all over it.
It has.
Shall I pass it over?
You pass it over, thanks. I mean, I want to come round.
I'll just show you this one here.
Gorgeous, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly the same. Makes a big difference, doesn't it? Yeah, lovely card.
Oh, I see. It's the non-Australian card now as well.
Oh, did he do a me? I'm glad it's not just me. Michelle, have you ever made an Australian card?
Inside out, upside down.
Oh, all of the above. There we go. And as I've got one more piece of card here, I might as well make another one.
These dies are great for paper piecing, says Crafty AJ.
Oh yes, really good for paper piecing. Yeah. especially the bottom word, because that, or the top, I think it's the bottom word on most of them that has the bigger word. Oh no, because some of the happy is above the top, which is a bigger word. So yeah, really good for paper piecing. And there we go. Now I'm cutting them out of 300 GSM cardstock, so you can imagine if you're not crafting along and you're just watching, you're going to create quite a thick topper, which is really good. So you can either use your tape pen or you could use your precision glue bottle, which will really help in getting into all those small spaces. How did Ian do his gluing? How did he glue them together?
I think it used...
You'd use the double-sided, A4 double-sided.
So he'd cut the sheets, the double-sided
cut the
sheets
sheets
onto them. Well, we're going to use our dotty tape pen.
Okie doke.
So I'm just going to bring in a scrap piece of card. So I can just use this one. And let's just... I'm going to use that one for my bottom because I cut the, you can see I cut the end off my just there. So what I am going to do is just go across here. Keep saying just. Do you think it's because I've got a just on here?
I think that might be it. Could you, are you using the tape pen for speed, or would this just be what you actually would use at home, Debbie?
Well, actually, if I was at home and what I did on my card, I'd be using my little Gloria, my glue bottle.
Amazing.
But I've left her in the car.
Oh,
And I can't see one here, so, but this does just as good.
Hope you've not left her in direct sunlight without a drink.
And all we're going to do, this is quite handy having a dark piece of card because you can see exactly where to lay it. So you just go straight on over the top. And there we go. And it doesn't matter, even if you don't get it precise, it will just make your words look a lot thicker. So that gives you the first one. You also get the rigidity by doing this as well, Joe. So you get a really good sort of topper. And this is a great thing to do for any die cuts that you're doing, to make them stronger or to make them really stick out, and it gives a really good design.
Crafty Ager says you're not a real crafter until you've made at least one Australian card.
What about if you've made about 50?
100%. You're totally, definitely a crafter then.
All right, so again, we're just going to pop them right on the top. Well, that made my eyes go funny then. I looked at the just and it was overlapping and my eyes started going funny. Right, that's another one. So that has made a really strong topper, but because we've got that fourth piece of card, I'm just going to do that as well. And pop that on.
Loads of you still chatting away with me. Any questions you've got, get them in. We've had very, very few questions in this craft along, Debbie, which is a very good sign.
It is a good sign because it means people are crafting along.
Absolutely, everyone seems to be
They're all
following.
busy, yeah, which is great. I think sometimes we can overcomplicate, I think, and it's nice to do some different varieties, but it's also good to go back to basics as well, Joe, to really get to grips on just the simplest of cards, but easy to do. So pop in that just over the top. That's our last one. And there we go. So that gives us a really nice topper there, and it just and it just stands out more purely for the fact that it's a lot thicker. Now, what you could do with this as well, which would be nice, you could actually heat emboss it, but because we've used very similar cardstock, so if I'd used white on here, we could have then done the same with this by using our ink, go over the top, apply your ink to there. In fact, I'm starting to think I should do that, Joe.
Why don't you go for it?
Yeah, I think I'm going to do it just to show you how you can do a little bit different. So let's just bring in a scrap piece of our card, and what I'm going to do is bring in that Frosty Jade ink, and I'm going to do that. We're just going to go over the top. You could also, if you wanted to, just push it into there, but you will get mucky fingers. So I'm just going to go over the top, and because we've made it quite thick, it's not going to, if I was doing this on just a normal die cut, it would probably be going all around the piece of card. But because I've put it onto multiple layers, we're actually getting a really nice lay down of colour. Yeah, this is quite nice, I think, to do. And then I think what I'm going to do is cut the other one out of white and show a little bit different to our original one. And I can't wait to see Michelle's, because I know Michelle has done a completely different colour. So let's grab a piece of card, pop that on the top, and then what we'll do with this is bring that embossing powder back in, and then just sprinkle that all over the top.
Fabulous.
And then what I'm going to do with that, just from the bottom, I'm just pressing down, because I actually want that to be covered and I want that to really stick into there. So we'll pop that in, and then I can use my fingers just to take that out. And then we will pop that back in our pot.
I mean, sometimes you'd pour a lot out of the pot. It looks like you can be using a lot. You don't really use that much though, do you, Debbie?
No, not at all. Not at all. So the only thing with this is still be careful, because I don't think we'll be able to heat. It will take too long to heat through. Now the reason I pushed it down into that is to hopefully hold it a little bit more till we heat emboss, because I'm just hoping it doesn't blow too much of that gorgeous one away. I'm just also going to bring in my poker tool and just hold that into here, because then it won't go anywhere. So I think that's going to melt quick enough. There we go, look at that.
Love it.
Yeah.
It looks like dinosaur egg.
It does look like that, doesn't that, with the
Yeah.
colour? Yeah, that is beautiful.
Do dinosaurs come out of eggs?
Not quite.
They do, don't they?
Yes,
Yeah.
they do, yes. Well, they, yeah, I was
Well,
just
they
gonna
do in
say,
Jurassic
yeah,
Park
they do
anyway.
in Jurassic Park. I love the Jurassic Park films. So what I'm also going to do with this, Joe, is I'm going to do it again, because although I want to make sure that's all clear, I want to add some more embossing powder to really make that look watery. So I'm going to get this all ready to tip on as soon as I've heated it. Now the reason I'm heating it is because you need it again, because this is dry, it dries quite quickly. So I want to make sure that I am heating this up, and it's going to be hot, and I'm not even going to turn it off. What I'm going to do is just then drop this directly onto it again while that is still. Turn that off, and again I'm just going to push that in, so we get then another coating, and what that will do is give us a really thick enamelled look. Yeah, this is going to look beautiful. It'll almost seem like we've drenched it in water. So let's pop that lid on. Just make sure every step as you're going along, you're putting all those lids back on and everything into place. Let's melt this one on. Oh, it's looking so lush.
Nice.
And because it's thick as well, we've created this beautiful embossed panel. There we go. Right, so just
It does
while
look
I'm
like
letting
it
that
does look
dry-
like some sort of dinosaur egg, doesn't it?
Look at that. That's
amazing.
Yeah, and mine, because that is still quite hot. So I'm going to, while that's drying, I'm going to then just cut another one of these, because I actually think, let me see, do we have any tweezers in our, yes we do. I'm going to pick that up with some tweezers and just pop that. It's actually quite dry now. See, we can't see that so much on there. I mean, it looks nice, but I actually think it would show up a lot better on a white surface. Actually, I don't know, I quite like that. Where's the...
Can we see it on the white and then vote?
Yeah, let me pop this on. Let's pop that there. So that one,
Oh,
yeah, that looks quite nice, doesn't it? Let's cut a white one and see how that looks. Oh.
I love it. You're just going with the flow, Debbie.
Well, I figured we've got a little bit of time. I do want to show you some techniques of how we can use the embossing powder. Embossing, pastes. What are they called, Joe? It's gone out of my head.
Powders? Embossing powders? Stencil paste.
Stencil paste. I don't think they're called textured paste. Are they textured paste?
Texture
I don't
paste,
think
yeah.
they're, sparkle, textured sparkle paste. Right, so let's grab the white one and see what that one looks like. So that's with the blue, and then this one is with the white. So what do we think?
I think white. Oh. Go back to blue again. Yeah, I'm thinking blue. I just think it matches so beautifully with the...
Yeah.
Can we see blue over white?
So drop shadow in the blue over the white,
Yeah.
like this.
And then put it on. Yeah.
Ooh,
Nah,
yeah.
too much.
Or the white over the blue.
No, I think the blue and the black.
No, that looks quite nice.
I like that.
I think it's a bit too busy.
You think that's too busy?
I mean, don't take my word for it. You know, I'll just soak.
I think it does
No, I'm joking.
I think it does look nicer on the blue. Yeah. Isn't it a lovely tag though? I'm loving that. That's proper. I've gone.
Can I feel it?
Proper mix. Yeah, come and have a feel. Come and cop a feel.
Michelle was getting me in all sorts of trouble last week. Oh, it's like a piece of resin, isn't it?
Yeah, it's like enamel, isn't it? Feels really
gorgeous.
nice. Yeah, really lovely. So I think if I was to drop shadow that a little bit better, so it's just a small amount of white. Yes, let's do that. Yes. Okay, I've got there. Got there eventually. So bring in our, so most of you would probably have finished your designs and your whatever you're putting on the front, whether it be these beautiful sentiments or you've got your own sentiments. So popping that all over. And then we're just going to leave just a tiny bit of that white coming through.
Oh, so we are going with the white now.
I've decided to go with the white, but only a very small amount, so it doesn't look...
A tiny little drop shadow.
Yes, just really small, so we can just about, can you see?
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, we're doing a subtle. Subtle is more, I think, yes. And then let's pop that down into place.
Do you mean less is more?
Did I say subtle is more? That is so me, isn't it?
Subtle is more.
Subtle is more. I'm sure there's a saying in that somewhere. Well, yeah, less is more. Oh dear, there we go. All I keep thinking about, Joe, is doing our TikTok video.
Oh, well, yeah, we didn't nail it, did we, Debbie?
Well, I don't think we did too bad.
I thought we were awful, to be honest. I mean, I'm not going to beat about the bush. I'm not going to mince my words. I thought we were terrible.
Oh, I really didn't think we were.
I think our other video was cute, our other videos.
Oh yeah, that was good.
We can't talk about those, though.
No. So, has TikTok launched?
TokTik, yeah, we're on TokTik
TikTok.
now. Just, is it at Crafters TV? There you go, get yourself over there, yeah. TikTok, it's what all the kids are doing apparently.
Yeah, the good thing is we don't have to have accounts, do we?
Well, I think we must though. Well, I think we should, don't you? I think we should get accounts.
Oh, I don't know. Don't know if I could cope. I'd only just cope with what I've got now, Joe.
Maybe not then, Debbie, on that note.
Do you know what I actually realised is that I can act a little bit as well, because it was all about acting, wasn't it, earlier? Oh, George, you're so lovely. So George has just said to me that he thought my acting, he was quite impressed with my acting. He wasn't yours, Joe.
He would go to say, I know, no mention of mine. He would go as much to say he was very impressed.
So yeah, I'm loving this one. This is looking much more grungy. So when you come to placing them on, what you want to do is make sure when you line them up, you've got the same sort of amount of gap on each side of where it is. So if you can imagine this bit is coming over, if I pop that into the center of my squares here, looking down here, that bit comes to just there. If I look at the top here, that bit that needs to come over a little bit more. So we're just going to bring that over just so it's central to the card. And then all I want to do is I want to glue this bit to this bit. So what I'm going to do is hold there and then turn that over. And then I'm just going to bring in my pen, which seems to have gone AWOL. Oh, there it is. So I'm going to bring this in and I'm just going to draw a line on there. So even though that's a dark, I can still see that line, and it means that I know exactly where to put my tape. And we're just going to tape that piece, put that glue all over because we want that to go on there really well. And so I know when I bring this all back in and we again place that to the centre, you could then bring this over and you'll see that roughly where you want to put it. And then, oh, it's come away again, but I know that is about there. So popping that centre, making sure, yep, we're all good. And then really rub that down because obviously we want that to go over all that embossing. If you've got a wet glue, it might be best to use your wet glue, probably tacky glue, so it really sticks on there. But as long as you rub that in, your tape pen will be strong enough to hold that into place, okay? And there we go, we've finished our craft along. We've got our beautiful, all our stencils in that background with that gorgeous sentiment on the front. And if I bring this one in, just slightly different, we did the topper a slightly different way, and this one looks a lot neater, and I don't mean neater, I mean it looks posher. This one is a bit more grungy.
Posher?
Yes, posher.
Posher?
Posher.
It's well posh, isn't it, that one?
It's well posh, that one, isn't it, Joe?
I'm the one from Essex. You're meant to be the classy one. Kim says, so I am excited. I'm getting a magnetic stamping platform and the red liner tape bundle. Slowly getting tools to help me work with my increasing challenges. After all, once a creative soul, always a creative soul. Absolutely. What beautiful embossing powder, says Teresa. That double layer of embossing powder is stunning. It looks like water. It does, doesn't it? Not the sort of water you'd drink, mind. Mary says, I must remember to use this technique. I love it. 2 layers, white and teal, offset. Gorgeous, says Janine. Teresa loves the blue as well. Hadassah saying how beautiful it is. Mary Pat saying absolutely gorgeous too. People absolutely loving that craft along. Now, if you want to get involved and recreate this craft along, absolutely you can. Even if you don't yet have the stencils, because they are available right now for you. We've managed to replicate that launch offer as well, so we've been able to repeat that. And what you're going to receive in here is you've got the elegant trellis, which is this one here. You will also get the love hearts. You've got your scattered foliage. This here is your cute florals. Then you've got your abstract swirls. This is your rosebud floral. You've got your beautiful butterflies, and you will get those polka dots in there as well. It is an absolutely glorious set of stencils for you. Details there on the screen, $34.99 or $46.95. Now, we have got some stamp sets for you. They're all available individually today. It's quite nice, this show. A lot of it's broken down into individual elements, the interchangeables and also the stamps. So you've got Happy Birthday. You then have Special Friend. This one here is your Just For You. You're right, Debbie? What, hang on a minute, let's just wait. What's happening now? Let's go back to Debbie for a second. What's happened, Debbie?
Well, no, I'm sorry, I was trying to be really quiet. I just thought, why am I like making squeaky noises? And I realised literally there's water everywhere behind
Debbie.
it because
We need
I've
to
walked it all
do you need
through.
to get John in with a mop?
Yes.
Okay,
yeah.
we will get John in. Anyway, Just For You, which is this one just here. Then you've got Thank You, which is that one there. Then you've got Good Luck. We also have Thinking of You and Happy Anniversary. They are all the options there for you, which is fantastic. Let's also take you back through those brilliant texture pastes that we have on the show. You guys are going to absolutely love these. Hunter Green is the first one I'm going to look at. Look at just how, can you see? Oh, look at that. Isn't that incredible? Absolutely beautiful. So you've got Hunter Green. And then, oh, they smell gorgeous too. The next one is Vintage Violet. Really lovely, gorgeous blue there. I mean that. It's got bits of sort of flakes of purple within it as well. Beautiful. The next one is your blue gunmetal. Now, this looks just, oh, look at that. Have you seen how shiny these are, Debbie?
I've got that colour to use.
Oh, it's like liquid glitter. That's what it feels like. The next one I've got is the silver chrome just here. I'm going to share this one with you as well. Ooh, look at that. Silver chrome. Get a bucket and a mop. It's been an accident. I know, John. John, what's the prognosis, John? Not good. Oh, I love that John is so much taller than Debbie, doesn't fit in the frame. That is so funny. This next one I've got just here, this is the apple red that you can see. Look at that, isn't it gorgeous? Really beautiful there. Next one is the Frosty Sparkle. Let's have a look at this one. Ooh, it's like you could definitely use that like snow, that one. Really, really beautiful with your, I'm going to say AB glitter in there. The next one I've got here is the Periwinkle. Let's have a look at this one. Oh, that's a really lovely sort of lighter, almost sky blue, that one. Then we have got this one, which is your Rose Copper here. Oh, that's beautiful. Would go really lovely with something like your Rose Gold collection. And then the last one, last but by no means least, is Golden Sand. Really beautiful. Looks a bit browny there, but I'm guessing that's the adhesive, which will dry clear, so it'll give you a real golden colour. Really beautiful. Right, I need to show you the Whopper all-purpose bottle as well. Very, very busy on this at the moment. We don't often have this in stock. It's 1/4 of a litre of your all-purpose glue. So if you want to bulk buy it, then that's exactly what you can do. So yeah, 1/4 litre of that, $5.99 to $10.95, depending on where you are shopping. Right, let's take a moment, give you an opportunity to get finished up on that. What's happened now? Let's go back over there. Something's going on. What's wrong? What's happened now?
Just mopping.
Oh. Okay. Anyway, we need to let Debbie calm down for a moment. While she does that, and you finish your craft along, here's all the details of US shipping.
We've had to make some changes to our shipping charges and we want to keep you informed. With continued pressure on domestic shipments around mainland US, we've had to temporarily increase the cost of our regular 6 to 10 working day standard shipping service from $9.99 to $12.95 and our free shipping threshold from $100 to $125. We also have some really great news to tell you. We've introduced a brand new shipping service called Express Delivery. This is a fully tracked door-to-door service which takes 3 to 7 working days and costs $19.95. This option means you'll get your crafty goodies in your hands sooner, meaning less waiting and more crafting. We're also upgrading delivery services for our Gold and Platinum Club Inspire members who will now receive priority delivery on all of their orders. And if that wasn't enough, we've upgraded these orders to our new Express 3 to 7 day service. Your patience and understanding throughout this very busy time has been amazing. So we'd just like to say a huge thank you and we look forward to chatting to you again very soon.
Welcome to Club Inspire, the crafters companion community where you can feed your crafty obsession. Join our fantastic loyalty club today and receive 20% off your first order. We'll also give you 250 points to help get you started. Other benefits of joining Club Inspire include exclusive special offers and discounts for Club Inspire members only, exclusive sneak peek previews of brand new product launches, and of course the Club Inspire community group on Facebook, where you can access exclusive content such as downloads, offers and inspiration, and of course you can chat and share your makes with other members. You'll receive 1 point for every £1, dollar or euro you spend, and the more points you receive, the more benefits you'll unlock. So what are you waiting for? Sign up, join the club and start rewarding yourself today.
All the details there of Club Inspire and also US shipping. John is still mopping up over there. I do not know what's going on. Debbie has not stopped giggling for the last 5 minutes. What a shot. Joe says, great, all day with Joe. Love him, Debbie. Surprise with my delivery today. Got my sweet 16 booklet. Thank you. Great demos today. Loads and loads of love for the craft along, of course. Pam E loves that apple red texture paste. Hopefully we'll see that in more detail shortly. Sarah's Creation says I may have to invest in these. Terry Lee says it reminds me of Dorothy's ruby red slippers. It really does. That apple red was absolutely gorgeous. Talking of apple red, Michelle's back in the room.
How lovely is this, me and Michelle side by side? Oh, you are mic'd up as well, Michelle. I didn't realise. Michelle's going to show us her make. What have you got for us, Michelle?
This is the one that
I love that in the red. Look at that. Isn't it beautiful?
I did the drop shadow on the red and white, as well as the thank
Oh,
you.
yes.
I did a black, red and white thank you, layered them up.
It's lovely. Can we give that a that is so nice.
Yeah.
Look at that. Isn't it nice, the black? You can really see the black.
This is the one that I used.
Is it the apple red? No, it was the Bohemian.
Mixed Media Crusade.
Crusade.
Not Mixed Media
Crusade.
Crusade. Not that. But
Have we got Crusade on the show? Oh,
Yeah,
Michelle
I think
took
so.
one.
Yeah.
Michelle took it.
So
sorry.
we have got it on the show. So that's the Crusade. But look how beautiful that card looks.
Really
It's
gorgeous.
The black bits in that embossing powder.
I know,
is just
they're amazing.
amazing.
I love this embossing powder, embossing stencil.
Stencil, yeah.
That stencil's gorgeous. Yeah, that is. Look at that.
I think because it's got so much open space on it, it really lends itself, doesn't it, to that?
Yeah, it's really pretty. So how did you find your first craft along?
Apparently I need to learn how to count, because I cut my layers, I don't know if you can see, I cut my layers way too short. So apparently I need to learn to count and cut.
That's all right, you can't see it, it's absolutely
oh, well, you can't see it then. I found it brilliant and I did everything perfect.
And so what have you got for us tomorrow in your craft along?
Oh, I have got the triptych dies tomorrow.
Oh, I love them.
I love those.
So good project?
Yes,
Yeah.
I think so.
Oh,
I hope
brilliant.
everyone else
They
does
will.
too.
They will be kind and they will love it. So
they
yes,
will
craft
do.
along tomorrow with Michelle. It's going to be amazing.
Oh, it's like Tess and Claudia of Crafters TV over there. It really is. Shall we see how the lovely Christine Mahoney's getting on? I know we had some technical issues, which is why we didn't go back to Christine throughout. But she is here now with us. Great to have you back in the room.
Phew!
Is the internet set to test you today, Christine?
Yeah, we had some big issues.
How's it gone then? I'm really excited to see what you've created.
Well, here is mine.
Wow, look at that, Debbie.
Oh, it's beautiful. It's so, I love that sparkle. Look at that.
Nice.
Very
Awesome.
pretty.
And how did you
Yeah,
go
it's
cutting the
amazing.
layers? Did you find it all right?
Oh, Debbie gave great directions. Thank you, Debbie.
Oh, you are very welcome. I'm just so happy you craft along. Not many people stop in for a craft along these days, but it's so nice when you join us. And lovely to meet you, Christine.
I told them I would do it anytime, and I meant it.
Oh, we will have you always.
Sorry?
Can I show some other stuff?
Yeah, of course you can. Absolutely.
Okay, so first, here's all the things that I was working on.
Look how shiny that all is.
Wow.
And let's see. And that one with the background stencils, two different ones.
Nice. So that's a
Two.
background stencil and like a foreground stencil.
brilliant.
Incredible.
There was two of them, right? And let's see what else. I did that with texture paste.
Nice.
And let's see, and then the spots.
The spots look great. What's in the background of the spots?
I flipped it. So I did this one, and then I flipped it and did the background and then I stamped on the red.
Amazing. I love it.
And then, let's see, here's one.
Love that. Really
in the
cute.
corners.
Yeah.
And here is the hearts.
Nice. Oh, with the Connie Fong.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
And my last one is
Beautiful. Now, the important question, Christine, are you ready for birthday and the incoming paper pads?
I bought 4 sets already of those paper pads.
You
One's
are
on then. I think most of the stuff is coming today.
amazing.
I don't know if I'll have any money left for birthday week. Although there is some new stuff on there, so
There is some new stuff. Yes, indeed. Well, hopefully we'll grab you a bargain. Christine, a pleasure as it always is to have you join us on the show. No doubt I'll see your lovely face again real soon.
Thank you very much.
Take care. Bye bye.
Take care. Bye.
Such a pleasure to have Christine on the show, as it always is. I love how many different I love what Christine had done there, Debbie, and got had got the stencils home and had just gone for it, you know, with absolutely everything, tried inks, tried heat embossing, tried glitter paste, and just see what works and what doesn't work. That's half the fun sometimes, isn't it?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, I think there's so many different things, and actually I think Christine's got it spot on, because it's all about having a play for that entire time that you've got them out for. Because and as crafters and as I'm a crafter, I've got a terrible habit of if I do something with something, absolutely love it, but then I put it away and I forget about it. So actually sometimes it's really good to have that whole afternoon or whole morning or whole day even, where we just play with all different techniques and stencils. The great thing is with stencils, when you start playing with them, you can create no end backgrounds in really little time, but also you then keep them, so you've always got a background to use. We know we've got our paper pads to use, but there's nothing better than having something that's textured. So the first thing I'm going to do is we are going to show you what these the word keeps eluding me, the sparkle pastes, that's what they are. Yes, they really are gorgeous. I love blues, love pinks, loves greens, but every single colour you are going to want in here, because the sparkle in here is amazing. Now what I would say to use is a palette knife, but I don't actually have a palette knife at hand.
Do you want me to get you one?
Well, I don't think we've got one. I asked earlier, so I was going to use the back. Here it is. I couldn't find it earlier, so I'm just going to use my scoring tool, so we can do that as well. You have to be a little bit more careful, because it might sort of not lay as flat. It's a little bit more fiddly, but you can.
Can you use this on wood and MDF? Asks Betty Jackson.
Oh yes, absolutely. And in fact, it gives great results. Like really, MDF, it's amazing for.
Cool.
So if you've got anything like, do you know you can get like little baubles and things for Christmas, like MDF cutouts. You can do the designs
Brilliant.
onto that. It's amazing. We've had Dreamies on, Joe, which do amazing designs in their MDF, and you can do all that. In fact, they do like a, is it a Christmas scene, like a
Nativity?
Nativity. Where's my words going today?
You okay, hon?
I know, I think it is just one of those times. So the first thing we're going to do is take some out. You can see this, I mean, it's just beautiful. And all I'm going to do is put it to the edge. Now with a palette knife, it will be thinner and you would be able to spread it better. Because it's glitter, it's got like this sort of chunkiness about it. But you can still go on. What you don't want to do is overwork it, Joe, because if you put it on and keep sort of putting it in, all it's going to do is get underneath the stencil. So you just want to do it and then come across. And then once you're pleased with that result, you can then just keep going down and filling in those gaps. But don't overwork it, because if you overwork it, it will just go where you don't want it to go. So we're just going to take this easy and just use this to go over the top. So what a palette knife does, that, and you will, I'm sure you will find them on the website. I'm pretty sure we have some palette knives on the website. You will find, because it's bendier, because you do need to keep it flat. You don't want to be sort of scraping and doing any other movements other than drawing it down. It's super easy to use, but what you will find, anyone that's been used to textured pastes, these are a little bit different because they're coarser. I mean, you can hear it, can't you, going through? Because you can hear that coarseness. Now, because it's coarse, you don't want to be pushing it too hard into the stencil. They might be called, are they called something else? It's probably not a palette knife, maybe. It's what I've known. Yeah.
Aren't they called a metal spatula?
Spatula, maybe. Spatula paste. Paste, I don't know.
We're playing a word association game now. Paste, paint, pot, bucket, ladders.
You never know, do you, what they're going to come under on the website.
You never do.
We might not do them, but if not, you will be able to get them.
The little metal ones with the wooden handle. There's one
yes.
I've used when I've used these glitter paste before.
Yeah, that's it. So obviously, I do think that's a better way. I have no idea, I'm going to be honest with you, how this is going to come out. out because I haven't used this before, not with the glitter. I've used it with normal ones. So we're going to take this one back, so just picking up that edge and then take this very gently away. Oh, look at this.
Nice.
And I'm doing it really gently. And remember, I haven't scraped, but I can scrape all of that off my stencil when I've done this, when I've took it off. And it's actually come out beautifully. I'm trying to make sure it doesn't splatter at me. So let's just move that away.
Love that.
There we go. Oh, look at that. That is stunning. So I will wiggle that. But
Gorgeous.
what I am going to do, I'm going to try and find my splodgy mat because it was in one of these drawers behind. There it is. So this will be ideal. I think we definitely have these on the website, which are the splodge mats. I'm going to move that out the way and move this in, because what this will then do...
The Spectrum Noir craft mat, I think
the craft
Debbie
mat,
is referring to. Or the splodge mat. I much prefer that name.
It's for all your splodgy bits, isn't it? So I'm just going to scrape as much back into my pot because you don't want to waste that. Obviously, a better knife
I think if you had the correct spatula, you'd obviously be a lot more economical, wouldn't you?
Absolutely, and you'd take a lot more of that off. So just popping that back in, just because I don't want to waste any of that, and then pop the lid back on. And then all you need to do with this is just wash this under warm water. Any bits that have dried, just wash it in warm soapy water and that will all go away. So let's pop that to one side. I've got little splatters of blue, look, blue twinkly. I'm going to be twinkly all over. So, right. So let me pop this into the light so you can see it a bit better. And it's just beautiful.
Really lovely.
Yeah, it's
and also
really
I know it's called a texture paste, but if you could feel it once it dries, it really sits proud of the page, doesn't it?
Does.
Like it's real, does have lots of texture to it, which is fantastic.
I love that. I absolutely love that. It's honestly, I don't know if the screen's doing it any justice. You probably do see it at home, but looking at it here, it's absolutely stunning. Right, so the other things that we can do, it's just about showing some extra techniques. My goodness, I've just seen the time. So
yeah, we're pretty much out. We've got time for one more quick technique, Debbie.
Yeah, so I'm bringing that butterfly one. So we love the schmetterlings, don't we, Joe?
We do
so
love a
I am
schmetterling.
going to be bringing in is the pigment ink pads, the metallics. Now these are fabulous for going through, especially onto black card. So again, we're just going to, just plodding that in is really lovely. It gives just a nice, really gorgeous colour lay onto your applicator. So I'm just going to go round and do some of these butterflies, and I'm just moving my fingers across so we don't have to, and we could mix them as well, but I don't want to mix. I'm going to do that last because I don't want to contaminate my two colours in the one pot. So just going over these, and remember your pigment ink pads, your Midas, your metallic ink pads, you can still do heat embossing techniques with them as well.
Fabulous.
So just popping that one through, and then I'm going to do the silver. So again, picking up that silver. They have the nicest feeling on the when you dip your sponge applicator in. They're really soft and spongy and jam-packed with that gorgeous pigment. So popping that on there. So a few more, we should just get these in. Oh,
we are nearly
plenty
out of time, Debbie. We're going to have just enough time to squeeze this demo in.
I thought I had loads of time, and then all of a sudden I looked up and I was like, wow.
It just creeps up and it bites you on the bottom, doesn't it? We will be back, of course, in 2 hours' time. Myself and Michelle will be here for an Aqua Colour Me Happy special, which will be awesome. 7 p.m. in the UK, 2 p.m. East Coast, 11 a.m. for you West Coasters. And then tomorrow, well, we've got a triple Michelle day. Here tomorrow on Crafters TV. Michelle is going to be playing her crafts right. Is it for the first time, Michelle?
No, my second one.
Oh, I thought it was your first time. I was all excited there. Right, but we'll be back together for another game tomorrow. Let's have a little look at what Debbie's created there. I bet it's... Oh, Debbie.
I know, look at that.
What a wow.
I know, that's a real wow to finish on. So definitely get your Midas ink pads because they look amazing on black cardstock. And that for a background on a card would just be incredible. I absolutely love these. So whether you're going for your Midas ink pads, whether you're going for your pigment ink pads, whether you're going for your glitter sparkle, paste, anything you can use these stencils for. They're just going to be super amazing.
Yeah, you really can. Don't forget to check out your baskets. Remember, you can also come back and watch this show back at any point you wish over on our website, crafterscompanion.co.uk.com.au. Head to the Crafters TV section of the website. Make sure you go as well and grab that booklet. Remember, our Sweet 16th celebrations, they start on Monday. You've only got 1, 2, 3 sleeps to go. How exciting. Definitely go check out your basket. Go shop ahead for that later Colour Me Happy show as well. Myself and Michelle will be joining you for that. If you don't see you later on this evening, we'll see you tomorrow for another full day. Play Your Crafts Right comes up tomorrow with myself and Michelle. It'll be midday in the UK, 7 a.m. for you East Coasters. Right, we are going to go and have a little bit of a natter, maybe get a bit of dinner, and myself and Michelle, we'll see you back here in 2 hours' time. Take care.